broadcast. Sign into chat. Oh boy. Okay. Let me just put the countdown on.
Every morning I wake up to the
so I can
sound
do that.
of the trading bell.
Signing
My heart starts to pound.
into
Daily stock day trading podcast in my ears,
see
guiding me
the
through
chat.
my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock day trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now.
CPI semi-important.
Every morning I wake up to the
I
sound
don't know,
of the
let me overlay. There I am. CPI is not super important. I did at 8:30 the new the updated stuff is coming out. So it's a premiere. I mean, I just decided to go live because I haven't been live. And I know people miss the community thing, and let me go live on Substack. Let's go live on Substack. I gotta turn that down. Hold on. Okay. That will. Let me just go live on Substack. And I think the people on Substack will be greatly upset. Everyone right now, I'm live on YouTube with my screen, but feel free to join here for the conversation. Skip preview mode, go live. There we go. Connecting. Now I've got the chat windows up. I was gonna look at something. What was I gonna look at? I think it was the core portfolio. Because you know what's taken off, honestly? It's, let's see. I don't think I even have this updated. Let me look at like the November watch list. And then copy view the core portfolio. Apply selected portfolio. So we'll go back to the core portfolio. And then view one, you've got year-to-date performance and then like 1 month, 1 week. If you just sort the core portfolio by 1 month performance, I mean, you've got Cleveland Cliffs, Shopify. I mean, you've got significant gains in 1 month. If you look at the 1 week performance, I mean, Eli Lilly's up 4%. Tesla's up 3%. Berkshire's up 2%. Netflix is up 2%. Walmart's up 2%. Cleveland Cliffs, again, you know, up 1%, of 17% in a month. So it's not all doom and gloom. But again, yeah. Jersey, I got to drive from exit 8A on the Turnpike, Monroe Township today, up to Bergen County. It's about an hour and a half. Initial jobless claims, 224 versus 225 estimate. I don't see CPI out there. I'm just looking at, you know, we can go over here and they're usually a little late in publishing it because it's not like Elliott took a stake in Lulu, by the way. I find that interesting. If you're joining me live, The newsletter, the podcast, everything, it went out at 8:30 as like a premiere here on YouTube. So I'm not necessarily watching the premiere. If we go here and just look, I think there's Nike earnings. I may be live with Trendspider this afternoon. I told Mike I might go live, but I don't know if I have actually a time. That's going to be the problem. Here in New Jersey, it's just time. View my channel. I know I'm live, but this one, AI spending. Let me see. Do I have a dog here? No. They're still downstairs. But I don't know who's joining me on live on. I am super interested to see the thumbnail that happens. I don't know. Does this? Let me see. I think that just turns me sideways. I don't think it actually changes the orientation. But my setup here. I mean, I'll show you guys here on Substack. I'm showing this. So here's the OBS kind of feed that I have, and all my notes from yesterday and stuff like that. So again, join me on YouTube because you'll see the screen. But I was going to go to, I think it's Y charts as well. To look at, no. Let me see. Let's go to Gemini. Let's use Gemini over here. What? Yeah, you know what? Let's just ask Google. We'll just get rid of Gemini. Top performing S&P stocks over the last month. You know, I think this one, see, the problem is continuing without supporting. The problem is this is just year-to-date returns. So that's what's hard. It should be out, Nathaniel. I think I set everything. YouTube, let's just see. YouTube, I'm live there. This one should be at 8:30. I thought it was 8:30. It should be out there. Let me just check. Maybe it's because I'm live. It's not putting it up there. Let me check on my other browser. Dashboard. Scheduled. Oh, did I schedule this for the wrong day? Oh, 8:45. So it's 15 minutes late. That's why. It's 15 minutes later on the on here. Now, why is that the most I mean, what is that going on with that one? Let me just shrink this. But it'll be out. I don't know why it's on that screen. Well, you do have the top 10 quant stocks. What I really wanted to focus on was if we just Trendspider investing legends of investing. This one, this is huge. I mean, I don't know if you guys. Let's see. Let's the scan. Weinstein breakout. So this is stage 2. I don't think I have this one of the breakout scan. Stage 2, just so you know, is confirm stage 2 signal on the weekly chart. The previous 3 weeks in stage 1, relative volume above 1. So let's add it. Subscribe. And then claim it back. Go down here. And let's go and look at stage 2 breakout. Stage 2 breakout. We've got choice 1 financial services. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to let's do this. I think this one. We're going to go to this one, and I'm going to turn on, where's my Weinstein stage? There we go. Okay, there we go. So I've got that up there. Weinstein stage 2. No. Cancel. Boom. What does this do? Oh, with another list. Ooh, toggle favorite. I can combine it with another list. Interesting. I didn't know I could do that. But, so let's see. ULCC. Ooh. Frontier Group Holdings. Let's put it into the 4-hour. But I think it's not good. Yeah, okay, there we go. That's a nice pop from 383. MASS. I mean, I kind of, here we go. CPI rises to 2.7 year over year in November. The problem is, and again, I think it's the way it's calculated, is what I understood is that inflation, they did it through the middle of the month or something, and there were issues. Where's my phone at? Oh, I'm using my phone. That's how lost I am. Without October data, the BLS couldn't provide the month-over-month change in inflation. Yeah. I mean, for me, it is what it is. It's not. I'm more interested in looking at these. Here is this one. That chart I hate. I don't want that one. Wave Life Science. I mean, look at all these damn stocks. FBGL. Don't like that chart. GLRE. This is Green Light Reinsurance. Look at how perfect that 4-hour kind of gets you in down there with the green. And remember, Trendspider is on sale still. I mean, you know, the lower portion is $41 a month. This is my second workspace. So be aware, you have a bunch of workspaces that you can log into. And so this is not my normal chart setup. It does have the RSI and MACD, but I don't have all the moving averages. I just have a 50. You do have this golden cross here, right here. That's an interesting one. Let's see. GLRE. It's not covered. $491 million market cap. Year to date, it's only up 3%. 1 month, you're up 10%, though. I mean, still, that's not one that would fit into, but if I wanted to trade this one, obviously setting alerts and stuff on some of these smaller ones. I mean, this looks like it's a breakout. Right there with that solid green on the Weinstein. I don't know that MU saved Christmas. I mean, here's the thing. And I went over it in today's episode, which you'll hear if you go on there and just look. Morning, Fort Fox. But Micron, and I put this note in. What was super interesting, and I'll kind of raise this one so you can see it. What was super interesting, so I pulled this, the volume slider, back to kind of where the breakout really started, back here in September, where you had this, from June to September, it kind of traded sideways. It didn't do anything over the summer. It in fact traded down and then traded sideways. What was interesting about here is that you would think most people, again, and I say most people, but you would think the majority of volume would come down here, but people traded this. And so when you look at these volume shelves, what was super interesting about the afternoon candle yesterday was you see that red candle? It literally went into this volume shelf right there that was building. I thought that was super interesting. Now in pre-market, let's see, you are at 257. And I said last night, at 230, I wouldn't be surprised if this gets above that 255. It needs to hold above that 255. But clearly the market loves this one. The earnings were good. I mean, the earnings just were holy crap. So I find it interesting. Now, let's see. Let's look at Peter Lynch, growth at a reasonable price. Let's see. Do I have... I guess I just imported that one. But this is growth at a reasonable First Solar. I mean, is that growth at a reasonable price? Maybe. But Micron's in there. That's what's crazy about this. The Peter Lynch stuff is growth at a reasonable price. And when you look at Micron, you go over and look, is the valuation crazy? Well, it's not as crazy as it was 6 months ago. I mean, we can chart the PE. Select metrics. Let's go to valuation and we will look at PE. And you can do price to sales. You can do whatever you want. But the PE over, look at that. It's come down. That's 1 year. This is 3 years. Now, you get this break in here. It wasn't making money here. That was the time when I was super concerned on Micron because they were burning through. It takes a lot of money to make memory fabs. And that was part of what this one was. And so now you're as cheap as you've been. I mean, that's what's crazy. So I still think the name, it's up 15% in pre-market. So again, for anybody on Substack, I am live on YouTube. And so the screen's on YouTube. I could put the link down there. But you can find me, if you want to watch. But I thought that was, Micron's super interesting. And growth at a reasonable price. Again, using the Trendspider, these experts, investing expert scanners. That's this one, Peter Lynch, growth at a reasonable price. I mean, let's look at it from, you can use the Weinstein break. This is stage 2 Weinstein breakout. Let's see if there's any in here that kind of interest me. Auto logistics, I've never heard of it. I mean, can I edit from here? I don't know. Let's see. What's this one? Scanners. Oh, look at that. Let me see about this one. Did I create a scan? I may have. So this scans price close. Okay, less than the 52-week high. Okay. So this should have a ton of names. Yeah, I don't think I fully worked through this one. But let's see if there's any. Builder's plot, Bluebird, I mean. That's interesting, yellow. This is kind of the, here's an alpha pick, AMPH, which is heading into that stage 1 consolidation. And here, what else do I have on here? I know I have one other. Oh, I have this one. So if I turn off that, that's just candles. But I also have go, no go. And in this workspace, I go back and forth between the two. More than a vacation guy. So I go back and forth between the two. And I've got to leave in like 10 minutes. So I'm not going to be on here for all the time. Blackstone CEO. Schwartzman. Good. Gladstone commercial. Webull. Webull. This looks at a weekly candle. And if we take it and we go... That was a 52-week one. Let's see. What other scanners do I have? I have the Daily Stock Pick scanner here, which we'll find. I don't think anything in the... No, nothing in the core portfolio there. 65-minute scanners. The A+, this one... 4. This just finds like setups on a 5-minute chart, I think, and Octa. Interesting. Nothing that I'd say 4-hour golden cross. PNC Financial. You can see golden cross right there. I have that. So these are stocks, I think they're in the S&P 500 that have a golden cross. Moderna. Let's see. Bullish Daily Hammer. These are ones in Daily Hammer that have a bullish. Abbott Labs. This is Live Nation. CVS. Ventas, Verizon. But again, you can see using Trendspider, I mean, you could find opportunities all over the place. PSX, which is Philips. This one's interesting. I mean, this one, you know, on a 4-hour here, I see that you get an entry here, you get an exit, and the go, no-go is down there. I would probably put an entry here on the 4-hour algorithm. Want to know why? Because A, it's oil. It gives you 11% gain versus 5% over the last 2 years. And I like that it's trailing right on it. What's happened the last few times that it's hit 200-day. Now, from a weekly standpoint, are we doing anything special? No, but you've got those all-time highs up there at 170 and you're trading at 130. And I think oil continues to go down. I think Philips is not one of those that I'm going to take a chance on, but that's interesting. I mean, that's super interesting. Let's look at another 1-hour candle entry. Let's see, Shopify. This is doing the I think my watch list, or it might be the S&P 500. Scan NASDAQ 100 is scanning. AMZN, Intuit. AMZN has an entry here, 324. Trades pretty well in the 4-hour algorithm. Wins 50% of the time. Airbnb. I mean, look at that. You know, even though go, no-go says don't go, look at that. 177 to 117 to 133. AppLovin. I mean, is there any doubt that I kind of know what I'm doing with that one? Morning, Sean. Sean, it's funny. I mentioned you to Trendspider. I said, remember the guy who won? I said his thing expired. And by the way, full disclosure, I told them, I said, you know, I wish you'd give him another year. And they were like, yeah, we probably should. But they're a business. And again, you have the chance to win. I haven't announced the winner yet because they haven't sent me the winner. I have to get with them this afternoon and see about who's the winner. But you got Marvell. This is entries in a 1-hour stock. 1-hour algorithm that I wrote. Meta in the go, no go. Let's see what Meta is in the Weinstein stage. Is it green? No, it's yellow. And yellow means, let's see, Weinstein Trendspider color explanation. So let's see. No, I need to find the blog on Weinstein. There you go. So color breakdown, light green. Stage 1 is where the price moves sideways, nearing and flattening a 30-week moving average. So, again, if you want Weinstein analysis, it's a legendary trading strategy within the community. And people struggle to look at this stuff But this takes, so stage one, price moves sideways near a flattening 30-week moving average. And that's what you see this white line in here in Weinstein. Where is it? See that white line? That's the 30-week moving average. So it looks at it there. Then stage two, when you get to solid green, it's advancing. Price is moving and rising above the 30-week moving average, confirming a strong uptrend. Stage three, orange or yellow, price struggles, the 30-week moving average flattens, and momentum fades, sellers gain control. Notice that. It hasn't moved. So the yellow is, hey, you may not want to get in. The greens aren't always the big pops, but you've got some really solid gains here in the greens. I mean, look at this one. This one had red, and what does red signify? It's stage four. Price breaks down, falling below the 30-week moving average with accelerating selling pressure indicating a strong downward trend. It's probably RSI. Yeah, you've got RSI down here. It's down in the 20s or 30s. So Weinstein is super, super interesting. And again, it's all available if you're a subscriber to Trendspider. Use my link on Linktree. The links are down. I think they're down below. I should have checked the damn links. I'm not that organized. But today's podcast is out there. It's premiering, I think, right now. So let me do this. By the way, if anybody is a Tokyo Sims fan, Tokyo Sims Studio.com. So we started selling these glasses last night. He's had quite a bit of we have this if you're not in the US. We're only shipping in the US, but I helped Cole set this up last night. So we created the web page. We were trying to get it done before Black Friday. That didn't happen, but I think the glasses look freaking cool as hell. We basically partnered with a factory in China, and yeah, I got this kind of business acumen, I guess. So I've launched a few businesses, and the market's flying. Market's way up. I mean, but again, if you look at these, and we're just going to look at QQQ, Micron is at 258. So you're above that 255. You need to hold that. If for some reason the market opens and we start seeing selling pressure, that's not a good thing. That's a really bad thing. But, you know, when you look at the weekly on this one, it's just torn straight up. I mean, that's extended. But good earnings will push that one even higher. So it was really, really good. But if you look at QQQ, and I'm going to go in 5 minutes. But the Q chart, the Qs, it's not like they've held up, but you've just gotten down here. I think this is a trading range for a month, 2 months, whatever you want, until this comes down a little bit. I mean, what took us down here? This was Liberation Day. And so while the president gets on air and says all of his stuff about the economy's great, I know people who don't think that the economy's great. If you're in the market, you might feel like the economy's great. By the way, look at freaking WDC is up 5% in pre-market. Should have bought that dip. Yeah, this is the Peter Lynch screener. And this is available to you, by the way. The legends right here. I mean, let's go look at the Warren Buffett screener. Let's just do the Warren Buffett screener. Let's see what's in here. This scans through the NYSE, and we can look at what it scans for. So this scans for ROE above 15%, debt ratio below 0.5, earnings per share growth of at least 10%, free cash flow to net income, PE below 25, market cap above 500 million. This is a golden. And again, if you're on Substack and you're watching me, I'm live on YouTube. I'm showing you my screen on YouTube so you can see this. We're scanning for stocks from the Warren Buffett Quality Compounder Stock Screener that Trendspider has built. And what do we see in here? We see DRI. This is Darden Restaurants. We see this one coming off of a 178 back in November. You've got a gap up here to 207. You're trading at 190. Boy, that's a nice setup. You've got Mercury General Corporation. I think that's an insurance company. And again, the fundamental search has already been done for you because this is considered one that Warren Buffett would buy. And you've got ALV, which is Autoliv. I mean, that's great. FTI. Good God, look at that run. 23% here. 23%. And it just got you out. Let's look at FTI. What is FTI? So this is a oil and gas company. It's a hold in the quant. Was this a strong buy? No, it's always been a hold, it looks like. It's number 14 out of 45. USAC is the number 1. And that's a strong buy, even though year to date, 0.47. I don't like that. I mean, I don't like the oil and gas sector, but this one, man, look at that. The 4-hour algorithm makes you 128% over 24 months, 135% if you buy and hold. It wins 62%. That's a 25% gain from October to December while the market is down. I mean, this is where this stuff. Abercrombie and Finch, we talked about this one. This is on its way back up to 134 right there. How'd I get that 134? Well, let's go and look. It is the old support right there before it broke down. That's going to provide some resistance, but it'll get back up there. Right now, it's a little bit extended, but boy, don't you wish you bought here right after earnings at 88? Because you're trading at 120. And again, in down market. So it's a solid, screener. Let me hope this doesn't. Okay. Oh, the flu is bad. My friends have the flu. You've got Deckers Corporation, the shoe, which again kind of bounced back up. You've got Dell. And this is a Warren Buffett screener. You got GoDaddy, which was a huge winner that has slid down here. But this one, put it on a watch list. I mean, again, over 2 years, it makes you, the 4-hour algorithm makes you 27% versus 21% if you bought and held. You got Ralph Lauren, which I know is in an upprint because freaking Gap. I know Gap's not on this list, but good God. Look at this one. I mean, you had this gap down, and when I say that a gap gets filled, look at that. It's perfect. Okay, it's 9 o'clock. I've spent a half hour on here. I will talk to you guys later. By the way, I had a whole schedule of stuff to talk about. I didn't go over a damn thing. What did I want to talk about? Let's see. Trendspider investing experts. Elliott Management took a stake in Lululemon. My 2026 schedule, I will tell you this. So 2024, I worked 6 days a week. I've been doing this podcast since 2021. 2025, I tried to get it down to 5 days a week. At the beginning of the year, it was still 6 days a week because I enjoy doing this. But 2026, I'm making a concerted effort to go to 4 days a week. I love what I do. I love the audience feedback. But I also retired in 2020 with a clear goal of spending more time doing things that I wanted. And the podcast has turned into an actual business. I've got to treat it as such. And so part of that is going to do things for the paid subscriber. It's always great to hear everybody tell me what I'm doing, but the paid subscribers do support me and they pay for that stuff. So the tentative schedule, Monday, you'll get a normal, and this is going into 2026. Mondays, You'll get a normal podcast live on YouTube like this at 8:30 every morning. Okay? I'll be done at 9:30. I'll edit from 10 to 12. That's the schedule. So again, that's my work day, but obviously I have to prepare for it. Tuesday, there will be a paid subscriber podcast. It will be a post probably focused on education, maybe some specific stocks. I'll probably ask people, because what I'll do is I will have an office hour from 9 to 9:30 for paid subscribers only on Tuesday on Substack. And then Wednesday, we'll do a normal podcast live on YouTube at 8:30, record the normal one. I'll be off by 9:30 and then edit from 10 to 12. Thursday, I'm off. That's my day off during the week. I'm just off. Friday, optional podcast on YouTube, paid subscriber podcast on Substack, and 9 a.m. office hour till 9:30. So it's an optional podcast on YouTube. I may feel like, hey, it's important to recap the week, to do whatever I need to do, blah, blah, blah. But free subscribers still get live YouTube at least twice a week, and podcasts on Spotify and all the other platforms. They get the free newsletter, not 5 days a week like I've been doing, but they'll get probably, I would say you're going to get 4 or 5 a week. But I'll continue to provide the top-notch stuff. You'll continue to learn. You'll continue to do stuff. I will continue for free subscribers. I will continue to develop tools in Trendspider and Seeking Alpha to help anybody that's subscribed to those help you outperform the market. Again, that's going to be included in the newsletter. That's going to anything that I develop. It's not going to be behind a paywall. Now, paid subscribers, what do you get? You get chat and email priority. So you can email me. It is going to be limited to paid subscribers. Past few months have been a little tough with free subscribers emailing me. I'm still going to get back to everybody. It's just paid subscribers. You'll get a more in-depth kind of answer instead of one-word answers. And that's based on my time. It's not based on me being an asshole. It's based on my time. You'll get paid subscribers also get access to all the Savvy Trader portfolios, including a 2026 portfolio that I've got set up ready to go. I just have to record the actual podcast about it. You'll get the paid newsletter, at least one educational email per week. And like I said, Tuesdays and Fridays will be those office hours. And you'll get live sessions for paying subscribers only, at least 2 office hours. So if you have a question and you want to show up to one of those, or if you have a pre-office question, you can email me, you can put it out there, whatever you want. But I am going to kind of be locking down the paid subscribers a little bit. So that's for Substack. If you have any questions, email me. I will talk to you guys when I go live again, but I'm going to do the show exit on YouTube. And then I am out. You guys have a great day. Take care. Bye. Turn these off.